The Pontifical Mission of Jerusalem, represented by Regional Director Josef Hasbun, organized a visit to the Holy Land on September the 3rd. Participating were Archbishop William Lori, Archbishop of Baltimore, and Vice President of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, Monsignor Peter Vaccari, President of the Catholic Near East Welfare Association, CNEWA, and a delegation of the Knights of Columbus.
The glory of the only begotten Son, full of grace and truth.
The visit had two fundamental dimensions. The first, spiritual, was expressed in the Pilgrimage of Hope on the occasion of the Jubilee of Hope, and in celebration of the Eucharist in the basilicas of the Holy Sepulchre, the Nativity, and the Annunciation. The second, pastoral and social, was carried out through the interventions of the Pontifical Mission of Jerusalem and the CNEWA, as well as projects aimed at supporting the Christian presence and strengthening the resilience of the most vulnerable sectors of society. It is recalled that since the beginning of the war on October the 7th, 2023, the Pontifical Mission and the CNEWA have spent about $1.6 million in support of humanitarian aid to Gaza.
The time of this pilgrimage was chosen precisely because there is need here in the Holy Land for people to come from elsewhere to show that they care, to show that we are in solidarity, that we want to learn and understand, and also that we want to help.
Well, the Knights of Columbus, we were very, very pleased to be here with CNEWA, the Pontifical Mission. Why? Because the mission of the Knights of Columbus is, at its very root, a mission of charity and unity. That's who we are. And to be here, since our very, very beginning, we have been caring for the vulnerable, for the widow, for the orphan, for those who are in great need. And here in the Holy Land, we came this week to meet so many of the people who are in desperate circumstances.
Spent this all too short pilgrimage here, I also encountered many ministries. For example, the creche, which takes care of children who are abandoned, run by the Daughters of Charity. And when Sister put that little baby in my arms, I thought, here is a baby that the Christ child loves so dearly. But what I also thought was, even in this time of struggle, when there is so much deprivation, so much injustice, so many challenges just to be the church in this land made holy, there are heroic people here doing tremendously important and beautiful ministries. And my admiration for them knows no bounds.
The pastoral visit also falls within the invitation made by Archbishop Broglio, President of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, to all American parishes. On August the 12th, he announced the special fundraising campaign aimed at providing humanitarian assistance and pastoral support to communities affected in Gaza and the Middle East through CNEWA and Catholic Relief Services, CRS.
Our concern for the growing situation of violence and the lack of stability and all that we have been hearing about, and right now, obviously, very much on our mind, on the mind of all of us, is, as Pope Leo has said, starving Gaza. What is happening in Gaza. And so CNEWA and Pontifical Mission has launched its own appeal, an emergency appeal, trying to reach as many people as possible to bring assistance to the suffering people, to the people who are starving. As even now, His Beatitude Cardinal Pizzaballa has said, the new Golgotha in Gaza.
During the visit, the delegation met with the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Cardinal Pierbattista Pizzaballa, and the Custars of the Holy Land, Father Francesco Yelpo, to discuss the main issues concerning the Christian presence and the challenges the faithful are facing, as well as ways to strengthen their resilience in the West Bank and Gaza.
I began to understand a little bit more deeply how extremely dangerous, complicated, and heartbreaking is the situation of not only of Christians but of other believers here in the Holy Land, but also understood how wise, how far-sighted is the Custos and Cardinal Pizzaballa in trying to protect what remains of the Christian community, to try to encourage them to stay here, to give them the hope they need to continue living here in spite of everything.
This visit came to reaffirm the solidarity of the Universal Church with the Christians of the Holy Land, to strengthen their presence and to draw the world's attention to their sufferings, but also to their hopes.